Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you guys can see from the title above, we have another story time. So we're gonna get straight into it. This is the zebra series. Like I say in all my videos, I'm leaving all the videos in order from the top to the bottom of which videos that y'all need to watch first if you're new to the channel or if you're not caught up. Also, since this is definitely the last part of me and Zebra series, I am going to make a series for you guys, a playlist, so you guys can see each video from top to bottom. And yeah, if you've watched all the way till now, if you've been watching, I love you. Thank you so much for that. And yeah, let's get straight into it. But before we get into it, I need to address something. Okay, so I'm gonna just say it like this, okay? Because at first I wasn't gonna address it, but it's like y'all doing too much. Like y'all doing way too much for my liking, okay? So the last story time that I dropped about Service King, people are allegedly, I don't even want to say allegedly, because people are upset at the fact that one, I hit the dog. And if you didn't watch the story time, just fast forward to when I start talking about Zebra because you're gonna be confused. But if you watch the story time, y'all do remember I hit the dog. And so many people in the comments were mad at the fact that one, I hit the dog. Like people were talking about that I need to drive more careful. I'm looking at them like, first of all, it was 4 in the morning. The street lights were dim. The dog ran across my car. Like there's certain situations where it don't matter how good you drive. It's like I tell y'all that a car hit me, and then y'all tell me, oh, you need to learn how to drive more carefully. And look, like that's dumb as hell. Like y'all acting like I seen the dog and went doo over the dog. Like that's just dumb. Now let's get into the part where I turned around and I seen the dog. Now the part where I turned around and please guys, please don't comment, Irene, you don't need to address them. I know I don't need to address them, but y'all getting on my nerves. Like I'm sorry, y'all just getting on my nerves about this story time. So then I turned around and I seen the dog, and then people are mad at the fact that I was laughing at the fact that I hit the dog. If you look clearly in that story time, I was laughing at the fact that I said I seen a brown little fella limping off. That shit was funny as fuck to me, like that I said that. Y'all need to understand, just as much as y'all think I'm funny, I think I'm funny too. And it's some shit that come out of my mouth. Like I'm the type of person where I just talk before I think. So it's some shit that come out of my mouth that makes me laugh really hard. So when I said that I seen a brown little fella limping off, that shit made me laugh. Cause I was like, not gonna lie, Irene, you funny. Like, just like I said before, just as much as y'all think I'm funny, I think I'm funny too. So that is what made me laugh. And you even see in the video, I even said, this is not funny at all. Like, cause the situation was not funny at all. And y'all also have to understand this shit happened 3 months ago. Yes, I'm still sad that I hit the dog, but it's 3 months from now. Then secondly, another reason why I was laughing was because I just was thinking about it and I was just like, damn, like who would have known me hitting a dog would turn into all these chain of events. Like the situation was funny all in all. Like, of course, the part with the dog getting hit was not funny and I hope I didn't kill it. But the situation that caused all those like servicemen to do what they did was funny. And people were upset at the fact that I didn't go check on the dog. Y'all, just because I didn't tell you guys that I went to go check on the dog does not mean that I did not go check on the dog, okay? You guys, the internet, y'all never happy, okay? When I tell a whole bunch of details in my story times, people start complaining, talking about, I love your story times, but you tell some unnecessary details. You need to get to the da-da-da. Then when I cut shit out, people is mad. It's nothing wrong with you guys asking me like, oh, Irene, why didn't you go check to see if the dog was fine? I don't have no reason with that. But people were commenting, telling myself, I'm so disgusted in her behavior and I would never watch her again. Don't. Like, don't watch me. Like, if you want to, and then say, the fact that she didn't even go check on the dog says a lot about her character. Cool. Like, I don't care, y'all. Like, I really don't care about y'all's opinion because I know who I am. I know who I am. And I know the type of heart that I have. And God himself knows who I am. So, and then somebody was like, and she talks about God and this is how she acts. I'm like, y'all just do too much. Like, y'all do too much. So, some girl had commented on a thing and she asked me, she asked me why I didn't go check on the dog. And I told her, I said, I did go check on the dog. The dog was gone. I put this on everything I love, y'all. When I seen it was a dog, I reversed my car. Because where I hit the dog, it was like an opening of the neighborhood. So I reversed my car and I turned into that neighborhood. Y'all, that neighborhood is surrounded by a whole bunch of like forests and trees and shit. I'm sorry, I was not about to turn into Tarzan and run into the forest and trees and go look for the dog. Like, at the very least, me reversing my car and me going to like look, I literally like looked for the dog. Y'all don't even understand how stressed I was when I hit that dog. If you ask my dad, I kept talking about hitting that dog all day long. I am an animal person, okay? If you guys go on my TikTok, if you guys are on my TikTok, if you guys follow me on TikTok, I'm always on dog talk. I'm always on cat talk. I love animals, okay? I grew up with animals, okay? It's not an animal as a pet that we didn't have. I had a chicken as a pet one time. I had dogs when I was a kid. I had cats. I had rabbits. I had fucking fishes. I had everything. I had everything, okay? So don't try to sit up here and try to make it look like I'm not an empathetic person or this and that. It's ways that y'all can act. Now, granted, should I have probably told you guys that I went to go look for the dog? Yes, probably. But like I said before, I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. When I tell too many details in the story time, people complain about me. Get to the point! But then when I leave shit out, people mad. And ain't nothing wrong with you guys asking me why I did not go check for the dog. It's the shit that y'all was saying that started to irritate me. Like, talking about, and she talks about God, but look how she acts it. I'm so disgusted in her behavior. Like, y'all doing too much. And the girl who asked, and I was so confused as to why y'all didn't see the comment of the girl who asked me why I didn't check up on the dog. Come to find out, she deleted the comment. So after she asked me, oh, why didn't you check up on the dog? Mind you, she asked me in a very polite manner, y'all. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with you guys asking me that. It's the way y'all went about it, some of y'all. But after she asked me, like, oh, why didn't you check up on the dog? I told her, I was like, oh, I did check up on the dog. And I never even thought about it. I was like, oh, damn, I never even really told them that I checked up. And then you guys also have to understand, when I told that story time, I was zooted than a bitch. And most of the time when I'm faded, or when I'm on one, like, I be forgetting details of the story, you know what I mean? After I told her that I did check up on the dog, she deleted the comment. She deleted everything. So that means my comment got deleted too. And I didn't even notice it until like today, honestly, because I was wondering, like, why aren't y'all seeing the fact that I told this girl that I checked up on the dog? But everything makes sense. And yeah, that's all I have to say for my people who are crying at the fact that I didn't check up on the dog, or crying at the fact that I allegedly was laughing at the fact that I hit a dog. Nobody was laughing at the fact that I hit a dog. Nothing about that shit was funny, okay? Like, when it happened, I was very sad about it. I was very, like, you know, but at the end of the day, why the hell is the dog running across my car? Like, and then people started talking about the insurance company should have never covered it. Well, okay, and then somebody told, if I was the insurance company, that's why you're not the insurance company. That's why you're not. Every insurance company is different. Every insurance company is different. And my insurance company, if a dog runs across your car and damages your car, they cover it, okay? Go get better insurance. That's all I have to tell you. Because if y'all want to have all this sympathy and shit for a dog, but if y'all hit a fucking roach on the road, or if y'all hit a fucking possum on the road, or if y'all hit a raccoon on the road, a lot of y'all not even gonna feel no sympathy that y'all would feel for a dog. Y'all pick and choose which animals y'all like and which animals y'all don't like. So cut that shit out, okay? It don't matter. It don't matter. And like, y'all, I don't even want to continue to ramble because we already at 9 minutes. And honestly, I am very sorry for the people who just watch me and who understand me, like who understand where I'm coming from. I have to sit through this and hear this. I am very sorry. I don't mean to ramble, but let's get straight into the video. That's it. I'm done talking about the dog allegations. If you don't want to watch me, if you like to be up until that video, that's cool. If you don't want to watch me, that's cool with me too. I never beg anybody to stay, and y'all know how I am. Like, I don't really care about I don't really care to keep people that don't want to be kept. So if you don't want to watch me because of that dog video, by all due respect, just sign out. But yeah, let's get straight into the video. So boom. Okay, so last part that we left off last week when I told the Zebra series is when Zebra decided to forge a check, and the lady that she forged the tip, not a check, a tip, and the lady that she forged the tip on Cat caught her and ended up reporting her, and Zebra got fired. Oh, I'm gonna backtrack real quick, because as I told the story time last week, I left some details out, but it's cool because I could backtrack and tell you guys this week so you guys can understand what happened. So when Zebra got caught with the tip, I called my mom. I don't know why my necklace is like not centered. I don't know why. And I ended up telling my mom, like, mommy, she got caught. She was forging tips. Like, I'm messy. I was happy, y'all. I was like, she was forging tips. She got caught. This and that. They fired her ass. Like, I'm being messy, right? So my mom is really just on some like, oh, for real? Like, my mom not really like saying much. And I was like, yeah. And so then my mom's like, oh, wow. And I was telling my mom, I was like, she used to do that shit when we were friends. She used to forge tips. It finally caught up with her. And my mom's just like, oh, okay, but leave it alone. Like, my mom, she don't like drama, so she's like, leave it alone. I'm like, what you mean leave it alone? She's like, and my mom, like, she knows me so well. Like, my mom knows me so freaking well. And she's like, don't go say nothing to her. And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, don't say nothing to her. She was like, she got caught stealing. That's her business. She was like, let her figure it out. Like, don't go on social media and say nothing about it. Don't sub it. She was like, leave it alone. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'm not going to say nothing. And I got off the phone with my mom. Now, remember everything that I told you guys of what happened with my friend. I forgot what I think I named her Goldie. Yeah, my friend Goldie and her going back and forth and all that. That happened after I got off the phone with my mom. Like, all that shit happened. So I called my mom. I told my mom what happened. My mom told me to stand down, and baby, I stood up and I took as soon as I got off the phone with my mom, I clicked off. I took my ass to Twitter and I started that argument. I did all that shit, right? So the next day comes around, right? And it's crazy because like around this time, it was like, I'm gonna say give or take late November, early December, because I was preparing for finals. I remember I was preparing for finals at my university. So I'm getting ready for my finals. And my mom, she's blowing my phone down. Like, when I say my mom is blowing me up, she is blowing me up, y'all. Like, y'all wouldn't even believe what Zebra did, y'all. Y'all wouldn't even believe what Zebra did. My mom is blowing my phone down. I'm like, why is my mom calling me? So I keep sending her the voicemail because I kid you not, y'all, my mom was calling me when I was getting ready to go take a final. So I sent her the voicemail and I told her like, hey, I can't talk right now. You know, like, I gotta, you know, I'm about to take a final. Like, I can't talk right now. She was like, as soon as you're done with that final, you need to call me. I'm like, what's going on? Mind you, I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm not thinking that Zebra had anything to do with it, nothing. I go in, I take my final, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I forgot to call my mom because I think I had several finals that day. Like, I didn't just have one final, like I had several finals that day. So I'm not even gonna hold you guys, I forgot to call her. So as soon as I got done taking that first final, my thought process was go study for that second one. So I was in the engineering building and I was studying for my second final, and my mom started blowing my phone down again. So I'm like, let me answer. I'm like, oh shit, that in that moment, that's when I remember, oh shit, like I forgot to call her. So I answered the phone and she was like, you just don't listen, huh? You just don't listen. Like, she's screaming at me. I'm like, why is she screaming at me? So I'm like, what do you mean I don't listen? Like, I mind you, I'm thinking that she's telling me like I don't listen because I didn't call her back. So I was like, I'm taking a final. Like, I have finals today. Like, what do you mean I don't listen? She was like, nah, it's not about the final. Like, she's like, I'm not talking about the final. She was like, I told you. Like, she's screaming, y'all. She's like, I told you to leave that girl alone. I told you to leave that girl alone. And you did not leave that girl alone. You went behind my back to go subtweet that girl on Twitter. Like, so my mom's going off. So I'm just looking like, don't tell me that this bitch Zebra went and snitched on me. But then I'm thinking about it. I'm like, how can Zebra snitch on me? Like, Zebra don't have my mom's number. So, like, how could Zebra snitch on me? Oh, my mom's just going off, y'all. Like, she's going off on me. She's like, you like the drama. This and the thing is, it's not that I like the drama, y'all. My mom I did not tell my mom every time me and Zebra got into it. I did not tell my mom every time Zebra subtweeted me and I ignored. I didn't tell her all those details. So it's not like I like the drama. It was just, to me, it was like, I finally got one up on her. Like, let me, like, you know, like, I got one up on her because this girl been terrorizing me on social media for months and I've been ignoring her sometimes. So that's how I felt. It wasn't never on no, oh, I like the drama, I like the mess. No, it wasn't like that. At this point, I'm trying to talk. My mom's cutting me off. She's like, nah, let me talk. Let me talk. Da, da, da. She's was like, y'all been doing this. And mom was just going off. She was like, she basically was just saying, y'all been doing this bullshit for months. When is it gonna end? Both of y'all are childish. I told you to leave her alone. Y'all don't get it. This is and that. Da, da, da. And then she just hung up on me. Like, after she went off on me, mind you, I'm trying to talk, but like every time I'm trying to talk, she's like, let me talk, let me talk. So I'm like, okay, so I just let her talk. So after she says everything that like she has to say, she hangs up on me, right? So I'm looking like, this bitch lame. Like, did this bitch, like, I'm trying to figure out, like, how did this, like, what happened type shit? What happened? I end up calling my dad, because I know she went and told my dad. And I called my dad and I'm like, what's going on? Like, why is mommy calling me like on that type of timing? So my dad talked to me. Let me tell y'all what Zebra did, y'all. My dad said that Zebra rung the bell at 7 a.m. in the morning. Came to my house. Mind you guys, y'all have to understand, I'm in college. I'm not at my house no more. I'm in college. So I have no idea that Zebra is doing this stuff. She came to my house and told my dad. My dad was the only one that was home. My brother was at school. My mom was at work. My dad was the only one that was home. So he opened the door and he seen Zebra. So my dad knew that me and Zebra fell out, but he didn't know like everything. Because I don't really tell my dad stuff like I don't really talk to my dad like that about my life. So like he just knew I wasn't cool with her, but he didn't know none of the context of what happened. So he opens the door and he's confused and he's like, Zebra? And she's like, yeah. She was like, hi, uncle. Y'all know, if y'all are African, y'all know we call our elders uncles and auntie, you know. So she's like, hi, uncle. I'll come to you today to tell you about your daughter, Irene. So my dad's confused and he's like, mind you, she's at the front door. My dad's like he has the door open a little bit. So my dad's like, yeah, what's up? Tell me why. Zebra basically tells my dad that I attacked her on Twitter. Shows my dad the tweets of me and her going back and forth over the time period of months. Like me cursing at her, telling her I'm gonna beat her up. She said Irene's been harassing me for months. I'm scared for my life. I don't know what to do. Playing victim, y'all. And if you guys know Zebra, y'all know Zebra is not no punk. So for you to come to my door and lie to my dad and tell my dad that you scared for your life and you don't know what to do says a lot about you, because you're not scared for nothing. You're not scared of nothing. So why are you scared of me? Like, you're lying. But she just basically just wanted to be a victim to make my dad feel bad for her. But yeah, she basically told my dad that she's scared for her life and she does not know what to do. And she also, you guys remember, I don't know if you guys remember the story time where I told you guys that I exposed her nudes when we were friends. And I know some people were like, ooh, Irene, you out of line for that. But if you did not watch that story time, y'all go watch it so y'all can get context. But basically, I had exposed her nudes when we were friends because she tried to expose me. So shit, I exposed her ass back, you know? Tell me why Zebra went and showed my dad the nudes that I exposed of her. Like, she legit went like this. She was like, look, she even put this on social media of me. She put this on social media of me. And it was Zebra going to town. I'm out of town, thugging with my round, my coochie pink, my booty hole brown. Like, this bitch was going to town doing DJ D-Rex, stop the beat, on her vagina. And showed my dad that, y'all. She showed my dad her pussy. So at this point, my dad said that he was like, no. My dad said, he was like, no, don't show me that. So he starts yelling at her and he tells her, hey, turn that shit off. And she was like, yeah, like that. So mind you, my dad's shocked. You know, my dad is shocked and he's disgusted too, because he's like, this young lady just came to the front door and showed her vagina to me. And B, my daughter is exposing people on social media. Mind you, I told you, I don't tell my dad none of my stories. So, like, he don't really know none of this is going on. My mom knew that I exposed her because I told my mom, but I don't tell my dad shit. So, my dad is like just irritated. So my dad basically was like, look, I don't know what issues you and my daughter have, but y'all need to stop that shit. And my dad told her, he said, and don't you ever come to this house again, because like she said, he was like, Irene is at school. Like, what are you coming here to snitch on Irene for? Like, Irene is at school. Like, and then it was just some other stuff that she had told my dad. And come to find out, she told my dad asked her if she was mentally ill. I don't know. They said something about, I don't know, but they said that Zebra do have some mental problems. Like, she do have some mental problems, which I won't be surprised, because I think Zebra's mom had mental issues, if I'm not mistaken. I think she told me that her mom had a couple of mental issues, so I won't be surprised if it was like a what's that thing called, like when your parents pass down mental issues to you or whatnot. So I won't be surprised if it's genetics or whatnot. But yeah, she told my dad she had mental issues, and my dad basically told her, do not ever come to this house again. Basically said that he's going to tell my mom on me and tell what me and her been doing. He also said that he was going to address me, and he said I'm in trouble, and he said all that. So he told me on the phone. Everything I'm telling you guys is what my dad told me. So my dad is over here, start like talking to me. He's like, you're exposing your friends, that's weird, da da da. And I'm just like, honestly, like I said, I don't tell my dad stuff, so I don't have nothing to prove to him. So I told him straight up, I said, there's more to the story, and I don't feel like telling you. And I said, mommy already knows that I exposed her. And it just was weird, because it's like, you want to show my people that I exposed you, but you came back to be my friend. Because mind you, around the time that I exposed Zebra, we stopped being friends for months, and then she begged for the friendship again. So stop trying to make it look like I was the bad guy. Because if I was the bad guy, you would never come back to that friendship again, but you did. So my dad, he's just talking to me, and he's like, yeah, your mom is pissed that you went to go argue with her. He was like, it looks like your mom told you the night before not to say nothing, and you still went to go argue with her. This is that. She's not happy with you, blah, blah, blah. So I get off the phone with my dad, and at this point, I'm just angry. Like, I wanted to go to Twitter and attack her again, but I was just on some like, this bitch then already went to the damn house, and this bitch then already went to go tell my people on me. Like, she doing too much now. I ended up calling my mom later on that night when my mom calmed down. And I told my mom why I went on social media. And my mom was just like, it's just the simple fact that I told you not to go on social media and you still went to go do it. Like, my mom said, it's not the fact that you did it. She said, it's the fact that I begged you not to go on social media and to stay out of it. And you told me you were not going to do it, and then you went to go do it right after I got off the phone with you. She was like, you got this girl coming up to our... She was like, you got this girl coming up to our house. You got this girl showing your dad her nudes and stuff. My dad said that she didn't even brush her teeth. She looked a hot mess. Like, she just looked unkept. Like, she looked like, basically what my dad said is that Zebra looked like she rolled out of bed, got her car keys, and got in her car and came to my house. Like, that was like the first thing that was on her mind. And so my mom was just like, you putting us in danger. Like, this girl knows where we live. This girl could retaliate. She was like, this girl already told your dad that she got mental health problems. Like, you let this girl spiral, like she could really attack you. My mom was like, this girl already trying to run you over. Like, she was like, you playing with fire type shit. And she was like, and one of y'all gonna hurt each other, and that's the reason why I told you not to say nothing to her. My mom was like, you don't always gotta prove yourself. Like, she was just giving me the rundown. So I was like, yeah, you're right. She was like, I'm not mad no more. She was like, but like, you know, just leave her alone. Like, she said, I'm begging you. Like, she was like, I'm begging you for the life. Just leave her alone. Like, she said, do not go to Twitter to subtweet her. She said, do not go to social media to add her. Leave her alone. So I just was like, all right. The weekend comes along, right? At this point, I stop. I don't subtweet her. I don't say nothing. I just was like, you a vindictive bitch. Like, that's just how I was looking. Like, you really weird. Like, you went to go get our parents involved. And the funny thing is, I don't know if you guys remember in the last couple of story times ago that I told you guys that I had pulled up on Zebra to fight when we fell out before I exposed her. Y'all remember, let me refresh y'all's memory. Y'all remember I told you guys that her mom came outside and was confused as to why I was there. And the mom was asking me like, oh, like, what's going on? Like, why are you here? Like, are you and Zebra having an issue? It's like, I guess the mom kind of seen it on my face that I had an issue with Zebra. And even then, y'all, even then, I lied to the mom. I was like, oh no, I'm just here to see Zebra. Then the mom proceeded to ask me questions about Zebra, because remember I told you guys that Zebra was a rebellious kid. So Zebra used to run off with her nigga at night and stuff like that. Then the mom started asking me like, oh, do you know this guy? His name is such and such. She said her guy's name. And then she was asking me like, basically the mom was trying to get shit out of me. The mom seen that me and Zebra was beefing, and she tried to use that as an opportunity to get shit out of me. Even then, I told the mom I don't know nothing, because I don't like getting parents involved. Like, I don't like that snitch shit, like going to tell parents like about our beef. Like, if me and you have an issue, let me and you have the issue type shit. But the first opportunity you took, You ran to my house to go tell my parents that what I did. But your mom literally was asking me a whole bunch of shit about you. And I could have used that time. And when I came to that house to fight you. I came to your house to fight you. I could have used that opportunity to be like, oh yeah, I know him. She leaves at night. She sneaks out the house. She does this. She sets her alarm for this. Da, da, da. I could have told your mom everything, but I didn't, because I'm not a weird bitch, okay? I'm not a weird bitch. And I know that your mom will freak out because she already suspected you messing with this guy. So I just was thinking about it and everything, and I was just like, Zebra is so lame. Like, you lame. Like, you really, really lame. Like, you really trying to be funny. So I go to work on a weekend, right? We're gonna call this manager Stacy. It's a white lady named Stacy, and I do have some story times for her because Stacy was a nut job, y'all. Y'all just remind me down below in the comments to be like, Irene, don't forget to tell the story times on Stacy. This is when I was still working at Ulta. Stacy was this white woman, y'all. She had mental problems too. Like, she was a nut job, y'all. She was crazy, but honestly, y'all, she liked me. Stacy liked me, and I was just like, shit, Stacy is crazy, but shit is she liked me, bitch, I love her. Okay, so I clock into work, and Stacy was like, hey, Irene, and I was like, hey, Stacy, but like the way she said hey was like she was trying to like analyze me. So I'm looking at her like, the hell you looking at? So she was like, hey, can you come to the back? I want to talk to you real quick. So I'm like, okay. So I'm walking with her to the back. Before we even get to the back, she starts talking to me like as we're walking. She was like, do you have, and mind you, Stacy's like in her early 30s, I would say. She was like, do you have beef with anybody? And I was just like, no. Because I'm thinking that she's asking me, like, do I have beef with anybody at the job, you know? And y'all, at Ulta, I was friends with everyone. Like, I didn't have beef with nobody at Ulta except for, like, a couple of managers. But as far as coworkers were concerned, I was cool with everybody. Like, my coworkers loved me. I loved them. Like, we had a great relationship. We used to eat after work. Like, we were cool. So when she asked me, did I have beef with anyone? I said no. So I was like, no. And she was like, are you sure you don't have beef with anybody? And I was like, no, I don't have beef with anybody. I said, I'm cool with everyone here. She was like, oh no, Irene. She said, do you have beef with anybody outside the workplace? And I was like, and I just started thinking, and it's crazy because in that moment my head just popped up Zebra. And so I was like, I do have a friend that I fell out with. And she was like, makes sense. And in my head I'm like, what does she mean makes sense? So she was like, well, let's go to the back. So we walk all the way to the back. She sits me down. Y'all, tell me why Zebra called my job. Zebra called my job after she went to my house to snitch to my parents. Zebra went and called my job. So I'm talking to Stacy, and Stacy says, well, you know, I was in the front and this phone kept ringing and we were very busy. So my cashiers, they were not able to answer the phone. So I was the one who was able to answer the phone. And this young lady calls, and basically she tells me that she was an old friend of yours. She says your first name. She says your last name. And she says that you used to let her use the Ulta discount. Now, the rules at Ulta is, if you let anybody use the discount other than you, like even if you let your people use the discount, like your family, that's an automatic termination. Like, you automatically get fired because nobody is supposed to use your Ulta discount except for you. Now, me being the nice friend that I was when me and Zebra were friends, Zebra used to want some shit from Ulta, and I used to buy it for her to use the discount. And I always used to tell Zebra, like, let's say like Zebra got a foundation, right? I always used to tell Zebra, if you don't like the foundation match, or if you don't like the foundation, do not go to Ulta directly. Give me the foundation and let me return it. Because the thing is, if Zebra went to Ulta and she gave the receipt and it popped up, and when you're in a when you are an employee at Ulta, as soon as you put your number in, it says employee. It says it in the corner. If they and then you have to show your ID. So if Zebra went and she returned that foundation and she showed the ID and it wasn't the name, then they call my job. That's automatic termination because you're not supposed to let nobody use your discount. Y'all, this bitch, I don't know whether Zebra was unemployed, so she wanted me to be unemployed too, but she basically went to go call my job to tell my job that I let her use the discount on several occasions. She started talking about, yeah, Irene let me use the discount when we was friends. It was 25% off. There was even a time period where I wanted to return something, but Irene told me that I can't return it because she's going to get fired. I think that y'all should fire her. She advocated that I should get fired. And so, like I told you guys before, Stacy was crazy. And I really do need to tell stories on Stacy because Stacy was a nut job. Stacy was crazy, and Stacy did not give a damn about that job like that. She didn't care. And she wasn't even the general manager. She was like a supervisor, basically. So Stacy said, that don't got nothing to do with me. Y'all, tell me why Stacy said that Zebra went into a frenzy. Like, Stacy said that Zebra started screaming at her, cursing her out, like, you dumbass manager, you a dumb bitch. You should have been took this bitch off the schedule. Fire her now. Da da da. Like, she's screaming at Stacy. So Stacy hangs up. Stacy hangs up because Stacy's like, baby, what you not about to be doing is you're not about to be yelling on the phone at me. So Stacy hangs up. Tell me why Stacy says that up until the point that I walked into work, that Zebra was blowing up the phone to the point where she told the girls in the front, don't answer the phone. Don't answer the phone. I know who's calling. So now you're messing up our call logs, because it could be somebody, it could be a customer calling. But like, we avoiding calls because you blowing up the phone. They said the phone was ringing back to back. Like, Zebra blew up the phone so many times. So Stacy finally answers and is like, yes, hello. And she was like, yeah, are you the manager that I spoke to about Irene using the discount? And then Stacy said, look, baby. Stacy said, I already know what you're trying to do. She was like, I'm not dumb. It looks like you and Irene fell out. Now you over here trying to snitch on her. She said, why didn't you snitch on Irene when Irene was cool with you? Do not call the store anymore. Irene's not getting fired. Thank you. And she hung up on her. As she should. So Stacy is telling me all this, y'all, and my eyes are shocked, y'all. Like, I'm so shocked. I'm like, this bitch is trying it. Keyword, trying it, because none of this shit that she was doing was succeeding. She thought she was gonna go to my house and tell on me and I was gonna get a whooping or something. Nothing much happened. Now you went to go call my job like you're trying it type shit. So Stacy's talking to me and I'm just looking like, and so at the end of it, she's like, look, Irene, she was like, I had a friend like her before. When we fell out, she tried to like put me down and she tried to do some weird stuff like what she did. She said, please be careful. And she said, and Irene, you need to be careful who you let use the discount. She said, I'm not even going to sit up here in front. I would never go tell the general manager that you used the discount to get you fired. She said, I like you. You cool. She was like, but better believe that if I'm going to say, y'all remember my GM that got fired for stealing? She basically said that if he was working that day and she called him, I would have got fired. She said, you would have got fired. She said, because he, as the general manager, has to take that serious and he has to do some investigation and see if she's telling the truth. She was like, so you better be careful who you let use that discount, because Ulta do not play about that discount. Like, that discount is for you and you only. So she's just telling me all that, and I'm just like, okay. Like, I'm just like, yeah. She's like, but yeah, you good, girl. She's like, I'm not gonna tell nobody. She was like, that girl lame. Like, she basically, that's what she said. She said, that girl is lame. Like, she just trying to, you know, get you fired because y'all not cool no more. And I was like, she is. And so we talked more about it. I didn't really tell her, like, what happened with me and her. But I just told her, I was like, yeah, she's been going back and forth with me for months. Like, she's been antagonizing me for months, and it's crazy. So me and my manager, we go to work. I end up calling my mom, and I told my mom what happened. My mom was like, and this is the reason why I told you not to say nothing to her the day she got caught stealing, because this girl is very vindictive. Like, she's very vengeful, she's very vindictive. And my mom was like, I knew she would do some shit like this. Like, this girl's vindictive. So I was like, yeah, she's weird. Of course, I did not go on social media to argue with her about it. I didn't say nothing, like, you know, I didn't say nothing to her about it. She didn't tweet nothing. She didn't say nothing. I was just looking at her like, you're a weirdo. Like, you're a big weirdo. But basically after that, y'all, I don't know if like she gave up. I don't know if she just seen that I didn't say nothing, but she stopped subtweeting me. She stopped saying shit about me on socials. Yeah, like, she just left me alone. Like, everything just kind of dispersed after that. Like, everything just went silent. And I was relieved because I was so tired of going back and forth with her all the time. And yeah, after that, I would just see her here and there in passing. I remember one time I seen her at a party, and that was like the first time that I had seen her since the whole situation happened with her calling calling my job and all that. And like she didn't really say much to me. She just smiled at me. But the type of smile that she gave me was like on some like, you know, like, oh, hey, like, cause she seen me and she was like, and I was just like, I didn't say nothing to her. And she was with Bozo. And y'all, let me tell y'all what happened. It was a field party at the university and she was with Bozo. And tell me why. I'm sorry for moving the camera. But tell me why Bozo got drunk. Mind you, her and Bozo were drunk as fuck. But Bozo got mad drunk. And I'm walking with my friend. We're walking to the car. Tell me why Bozo stops in front of me and starts crying like a baby. Like when I say crying like a baby, y'all. Like when I say crying like a baby. Bozo is crying like tears. Like she's like, so baby, I might have backed up. I'm like, back up. I don't know what you crying about. Back it up. Like, so I'm looking like, mind you, me and my friend, I'm holding my friend's arm. So me and my friend, we backing up. Bozo coming closer to us. Zebra on the side of her. And then there's Bozo's best friend on the other side. She's like, Irene, can I talk to you, please? Can I talk to you? So I'm like, what's up? Like, cause it's crazy. Cause, and mind y'all have to understand, throughout this time period with me and Zebra beefing, Bozo was not really saying nothing to me, but like throughout the school year, because remember I told you guys I always seen Bozo at school and she lived right across from me. So I would see her, she would be, she started becoming a little nicer to me. Like she will say, hey, when she would see me, like she will shoot. And then I remember one time, y'all, I'm such a nice person. I remember in the beginning of the school year, they were trying to tow Bozo's car because me and her, we parked in the same like parking lot at the on the campus, and they were trying to tow her car. And me being a nice person, texted her and was like, hey, I know we don't talk, but they trying to tow your car. And she was like, thank you, like I appreciate that, this and that. So like me and Bozo, I'ma say we were cordial. If you guys watched the Bozo series, y'all know I told you guys me and Bozo became cordial as time went on. Not cordial in the sense of, oh hey, like, but like in that moment we just became cordial. Like when she would see me, she would just, you know, she would compliment me all the time. Oh, I like your hair, da da da, like little shit. And I'll just be like, thank you, right? Bozo came up to me and she's crying hysterically. I'm like, what's wrong? Tell me why, y'all. Bozo starts crying, saying that life have not been the same without me. He misses me so much. Please, guys, this girl was holding on to my shirt. I was wearing like a crop top. She was like, please, like, please. And so I'm doing like that, like, baby, back up, put your hand down, don't touch me. You can talk without touching me. So she's like, please, like, I'm begging you, please take me back. Please be my friend again. Please, I'm begging you, please be my friend. Mind you, while she's saying that, Zebra is looking at her like, what? Like, Zebra's looking at her like, so Zebra's like, Bozo, do you not hear what you're saying? She's like, I don't care. I don't care. Please. Like, I don't care. Please. Please be my friend. Please. So Zebra's trying to stop her. Like, Zebra's putting her hand over her mouth. Zebra's pulling her away. The other friend is telling her to stop. She's like, please, Irene, please. Y'all, that shit was so cringy. Me and my friend, we backed up and we walked away. Cause no, you're weird. And y'all already know what everybody say. A drunk person's words is a sober person's thoughts. You got liquor in your system and you're telling me how you really feel. And Zebra was so embarrassed, y'all. You can see the embarrassment on Zebra's face that we did all this shit and you here running, telling me, begging me to be friends with you again. Zebra was embarrassed. Then tell me why the next morning I get a text message from Bozo talking about some, girl, whatever I told you the night before, like, don't even believe that. I mixed Douce with this and that. She telling me all the alcohol she mixed, talking about some that what she said the night before was not true. I'm like, girl, get the fuck off my phone. Like, it's one thing for you to come to a party and beg for a friendship again, but it's another thing for you to text me and say, oh, I was drunk, don't believe nothing I said. Like, are you dumb? I didn't even reply to that message. I was just like, you're a bird. Like, you're a bird. Like, it's crazy because it's like God is revealing all of y'all left and right. God is revealing all of y'all left and right. And then, whatchamacallit, you guys remember I told you guys, fast forward. Now, at this time, me and Zebra, we see each other. We don't say nothing. Like, you know, the beef is done. Then, remember I told you guys that Zebra befriended one of my old friends again. And if you guys want to know what happened with that, y'all have to go watch the Bozo series. But basically, to sum it up, Zebra and Bozo fell out. And they basically started exposing everything about each other. They started telling everything. They started telling the shit that Zebra said about me, the shit that Zebra said about my other friend. Like, it was a lot. It was a big controversy. And remember, I told you guys, one of my friends ended up beating the fuck out of Bozo's ass because Zebra went and told one of my friends what Bozo was saying about her, and they were rooming together. So one of my friends just, she put the pause on her, right? So it was just crazy, but it was funny because when Zebra became friends with my other friend again, she asked about me. Like, she was like, and mind you, me and my other friend, we stopped being friends for years. And it was low-key behind Zebra too. We had other issues, but it was mainly behind Zebra, if we're being honest. Me and her rekindled our friendship because why we fell out was nothing serious. And it's funny because it's like, as soon as Zebra seen that me and her were friends again, why Zebra gonna go follow me on Instagram? Why Zebra gonna go follow my friend? Then she wanna go rekindle friendship with my friend again. And I told my friend, I said, I don't mind you being friends with Zebra, but keep her away from me. Like, don't invite me out if you're going out with her. Like, I don't fuck with that girl. Like, I don't have no beef with Zebra, but I don't fuck with her. So tell me why my friend said that Zebra start asking, oh, like, could you bring Irene? Like, I wanna hang out with Irene. And I'm just looking at Zebra like, you did all this for what? You did all this weird shit for what? You tried to run me over. You came to my house. You called my job to get me fired because your ass got fired. So you wanted me to be in the same boat as you. All the subbing you did. You've exposed me. You've threatened to hurt me. Like, cause harm if I hit you. You threatened to kill me. And I don't want nobody in the comments saying, oh, she was just... This girl's crazy, y'all. Did I not tell you this girl have mental issues? I won't be surprised if Zebra attempted to hurt me if I hit her or something. And you think I'm about to be friends with you? And let's not even top it off, because I even forgot to tell you this. I forgot to tell you guys this. When Bozo and her fell out, Bozo told me that Zebra slept with Stanley. Yeah. So you went and you slept with Stanley. Hey, y'all. I'm sorry for the camera quality. Let me clean the camera. I'm being lazy. I was being lazy, but I'm sorry for the camera quality, but I'm going to say this because I forgot to say this in the story time. Now, if you guys watched the series with me and Zebra, you guys remember her boyfriend that used to always control her and her boyfriend that used to beat on her. Now, Bozo told me that she slept with Stanley when me and her fell out. And it just infuriated me so badly because that same guy that used to control her and beat on her, he later tried to talk to me and he was trying to mess with me. I remember because the boy, he didn't go to my university, but he had friends at the university. And tell me why, you know, me and him, we followed each other on social media because even I've been knowing him even before Zebra, so I follow him on social media. So tell me why one time I get a Snapchat from him. I'm like, why is this boy Snapchatting me? I was so confused. So I opened the Snap and he was like, hey, Irene, I'm at PV. If you guys don't know what PV is my university that I went to. So he's like, hey, Irene, I'm at PV. I'm like, okay, like, why are you telling me that? So I'm like, oh, okay. And I didn't really think much of it. I was thinking that he was like telling me that he was at PV to like basically ask about parties because that was around the time period where PV was like throwing a lot of parties. When he told me he was at PV, I was like, oh, okay, like you about to go to a party tonight? Like I asked him that. He was like, yeah, we going to a party, but I wanted to see what was up with you. What do you mean what was up with me? Nothing is up with me. In fact, everything is down with me. So when he said that, I was like, what the? So I was like, what do you mean what's up with me? Y'all, this boy tried to fuck with me. Like, he was trying to come to my apartment. He was asking what building do I live in, that he wants to come and see me and hang out with me. And y'all, I ignored him because I was just like, I'm not about to fuck with you. Just like basically he tried to fuck with me because he knew that me and Zebra was not friends anymore. And y'all, that was not the first nor the last time that boy tried to fuck with me. That boy tried to fuck with me several times. Like when I say several times, he tried to fuck with me several times, y'all. And I did not let it happen because I was just like, nah, like you fuck with Zebra and I'm not like that. And then soon after I found out Zebra slept with Stanley. And I was just like, so you went to go sleep with Stanley when me and you fell out, but your guy had been trying to mess with me for the longest and I dodged him. And you went to go sleep with Stanley? I ain't gonna lie though. When I found out that she slept with Stanley, I added that boy to my private. And I used to be posting some explicit content in my private story back then. I did that shit on purpose, and she ended up finding out. I guess that boy used to be the first viewer to watch it. And I know some people might be like, damn, Irene, that's still bad. I know that's still bad, but at least I didn't fuck him. But the content wasn't like terrible, but it was still like, you know, it was explicit. I was trying to be vengeful without using my pussy, because you don't use pussy to get revenge back. It's just dumb. But come to find out, I guess she found out that I had him in the private, because I guess he was watching my story, my private story, when he linked with her, and she seen it, and she ended up going off on him. And then she confronted me, and she basically was like, why would you have him in the private like that? And I told her, I said, and why would you fuck Stanley? Like, why would you fuck Stanley? Like, don't question me or ask me nothing about having a nigga in the private. You better be lucky. Like, what a young boy said? She won't put that pussy. You better be lucky that I didn't put my shit on him. Because this boy been trying to mess with me for the longest. And I've been sparing him out of respect for you, because I'm not the type of person to sleep with my friends' niggas. Like, I don't care. Like, even if my friends sleep with my nigga, I'm not gonna, in retaliation, go sleep with her nigga. At the very most, she might get that ass beat, especially if we're friends and she do it. But like, I'm not about to I don't use my vagina as revenge. That's dumb. So like, you know, it was just weird, like when she was trying to confront me about having him in the private, and then like she made him get out. And you know, on Snapchat you can leave somebody private story. So like, she made him leave the story and stuff. Tell me why this boy was asking me to add him back in. Later on, this boy was messaging me to add him back in the private. Of course I didn't, because I was like, whatever, let me just leave it alone. I'm about to add you back in. But yeah, all that shit happened, y'all. I even forgot to tell that. But it just goes to show that, like, she was just a vengeful person. Like, you really out here sleeping with your friends' niggas after y'all stop being friends. It just goes to show, like, you always wanted to sleep with them, you know? And yeah, that's just weird. You slept with Stanley. You did all this. You went, and if you guys are new to the channel, y'all don't know who Stanley is. Stanley was this boy that I was so in love with, and she knew I was in love with, and I dealt with for damn near 6 years. You slept with Stanley, and you think I'm about to be friends with you? You really think that I'm about to be friends with you again? Oh, you got life fucked up. Like, for real. Like, you got life fucked up. And so when my friend told me that, I said, no, I'm not coming to hang out with y'all. Like, I told my friend straight up, I said, first of all, I was just looking at my friend like, why are you even hanging out with her? Like, she did weird shit to you too. But I was like, whatever. If you want to hang out with her, that's your business. Just don't bring her around me. Come to find out, tell me why she didn't sleep with my friend's nigga. She slept with my friend's nigga when they fell out. And she slept with Bozo nigga when they fell out. So that's what Zebra does. Zebra uses her vagina for revenge. When Zebra stops being friends with you, she sleeps with your man. That's what she does. And it was just weird. And not only did she sleep with all these guys, she denies it. Because I confronted her about it one day. I said, you slept with Stanley. I confronted her because we all three were on the phone. No, I didn't. I didn't sleep with him. Bozo not about to lie about that. Then find out she slept with my friend's old nigga. Oh, you slept with him. I didn't sleep with. Okay, then who did you sleep with? You sitting up here saying you didn't sleep with none of them? Like, come on, bro. Like, you're lying about at least one of them. Like, you slept with them. So yeah, y'all, that's the story time. And honestly, that's really it. That's it for the Zebra series. Like I said, I do think that me and Zebra... Ooh, my armpits are dark. I do think that me and Zebra have more story times with, like, us just having fun. Because like I said, Zebra was a fun friend. I'm not even gonna sit up here and cap to y'all. She was a very entertaining friend. So I'm pretty sure that I have more story times where it was just like a fun moment. But that's it for the series as far as me and her friendship. I see her sometimes at the club. She looks at me. I'm pretty sure Zebra has watched a couple of my story times because I'm pretty sure she's watched my story times with me talking about her, and but she doesn't really say much. And like I said, y'all, I was childish in that friendship. She was too. Like, we both did bad things in that friendship. But y'all, at the end of it all, I always had a pure heart for Zebra. When I was cool with her, I always wanted I wanted the best for Zebra. Like, and it's not just Zebra. I want the best for all my friends. But when Zebra just started showing me who she was, and when Zebra started listening and letting Bozo get in her ear and let Bozo say negative things about me, Bozo was lying to her and saying that I was saying things. Like, when she let Bozo get in her ear, me and her friendship just went south completely. Like, it just went left completely. So, you know, yeah, y'all just be careful. Like, be careful what you tell your friends, and not everybody is your friend. Like, y'all have to really understand that, like, in life, not everyone is your friend, and not everyone has the best interest in heart for you. But yeah, y'all, that's what happened. That's pretty much the series. Yeah, I love you guys so much. If you guys have not subscribed to the channel but been watching me, go ahead and subscribe. Also, if you guys have not liked this video, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. It helps me a lot. If you guys want if you guys have any other questions about this series, y'all let me know down below. But yeah, y'all, that's the story time about the Zebra series. That's one of the craziest friends that I've ever had in my life. Like, in my life. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all.